The Monster Hunter Wilds open beta may be over, but let me introduce you, or reintroduce you, to something pretty dang close. Hello and welcome, hunters. My name is Oborrok, and today I'm going to be talking about Monster Hunter World. Although the game is going on 7 years old now, it still holds up incredibly well and is the closest thing to Wilds that I've played. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the massive sale that is going on for World right now and the many similarities it has to Wilds. Before we jump into it, I do want to note that I am still running my charity fundraiser for Matthew 25 Ministries, who is an organization that has been responding to and providing relief to the many people and places that have been affected by hurricanes and other natural disasters. If you'd like to contribute, I will leave a link to the GoFundMe in the description. But if you are seeing this past November 15th, then our charity fundraiser has ended, and in that case, I will also have a link to donate to Matthew 25 Ministries directly at any time. Whether it's 50 cents or $50, please understand how much you are helping those who are in need all around the US and the world. And now with all that said, let's talk about Monster Hunter World. The first thing I want to talk about is the sale. Monster Hunter World is currently on sale as of this moment for $9.89 on Steam and $9.99 on the PlayStation Store. This sale is lasting until November 21st on Steam and November 22nd on the PlayStation Store. This is easily some of the best $10 you can spend in gaming right now. As of my personal experience, I ended up playing Monster Hunter World on PS4 for roughly 800 hours and nearly another 400 on Steam. So whether you get the game on the current sale, or even if you get it for its base price of $29.99 on Steam or $19.99 on the PlayStation Store, you are getting an exceptional amount of content. How much content, you may ask? You'll be getting access to your main hub of Astera, where you will pick up quests, talk to other NPCs, craft armor and weapons, make delicious meals before your hunts, have a wonderful story campaign and soundtrack to experience, and meet up with other players at the Gathering Hub. And then you'll have the first main area you go to fight monsters, and that is the Ancient Forest. After that, you'll move on to the Coral Highlands, and then the Rotten Vale. You also have the Wildspire Waste, and then you'll also have the Elder's Recess once you reach the later parts of early base endgame. And now all of this is within the base game. If you choose to get the Iceborne DLC, which is currently on sale on Steam for $14.98, but they also have a massive bundle edition for $20.97. You'll be getting new weapon combos, new armor to suit up and customize, new tools including the Clutch Claw, which adds a massive new variety to your overall combat, a new headquarters of Celiana, a new difficulty including Master Rank, which allows you to reach another 999 levels, and a true endgame area of the Guiding Lands, which is basically a mashup of all the other regions. And now along with all of this, you will also unlock a brand new region, the Hoarfrost Reach. So if you're a brand new Monster Hunter player who just decided to play the Wilds open beta because it was free, but now you find yourself searching for more, or if you're an OG World Hunter who's been looking for another reason to suit up and slash some monsters again, this right now is the time. Second, the similarities. Just like in Wilds, World also offers the opportunity for you to make your own character with a selection of hairstyles, different eyes, eyebrows, lips, and whatnot. And of course, you can also do the same with your Palico. Although in World, neither your character or your Palico speak, just different grunting and meowing sounds, and maybe a hey hey or a woo woo from time to time. Much like Wilds, you will also have the ability to use barrel bombs, shock traps, and pitfall traps. Although unlike Wilds, in World, you can't pick any of them up to reuse them. If you place them down at the wrong spot and miss the monster, that bomb or trap is donezo, and you'll have to make a new one. But the resources to make make them will pop up frequently, so it shouldn't be too much of an inconvenience, more than just annoying from time to time. Also, just like wilds, you will have the opportunity to interact with your environment, with things like falling trees that will turn into vine traps, or falling boulders and crystals in different areas as you play. In wilds, you have a mount known as the Sacred that allows you to call it in, take you directly to the monster you're fighting, sharpen your weapon, and heal, all while on its back. And although World doesn't have mounts like the Sacred, it does have something called the Raider Ride. This is a small monster that is native to that region you are roaming, and it will allow you to heal and sharpen while on its back, and it will also take you to your target monster. In order to get the Raider Ride, you'll want to unlock Camp 17 by taking this path in the Ancient Forest, which I'm going to show you how to do right now. Your camera should zoom in a little bit and you'll see another palico, and you'll want to follow it until you make it to the Camp 17 location. You'll hear the handler talking about making this a new camp, but you need to go back to Astera in order to lock this in. Talk to these NPCs here, and after completing that, you will have Camp 17. So now go to Camp 17. And follow the cat all the way up the tree path. Then you'll get some dialogue between your palico and the other cat. And from this, you'll get a really neat tool that will really aid you in your hunts. But after all that, head back down to Camp 17 and take the path back that got you up there. You should see this NPC standing there just before you leave, so be sure to talk to him. After that, go back to Camp 17, and by this point, you should be given the option to leave your palico behind if you want to hunt alone. And then this will also unlock the Raider Ride. You can also do this in a similar fashion to unlock other Raider Rides in each region as you progress. And when it comes to progression, World offers an insane amount of gear to score and upgrade. You'll have access to all 14 weapons, just like in Wilds, and the weapon upgrade trees get absolutely massive as you progress. This also goes for the armor, as there are tons of them. Plus, for many armor sets, you'll also have an A and B option, which will offer you different stats and slots for your decorations. And this is going to be your main form of building out your character for certain abilities and whatnot. Now, although Wilds improves on the formula of World in almost every way, World still stands insanely well on its own. Again, nearly 7 years later. And if you're looking for something that's going to scratch the itch of Wilds while you wait for full launch, I honestly couldn't suggest anything better at this time, especially considering the current sale and the level of content available both in base game and in the DLC. And speaking of the DLC, like I briefly mentioned earlier, the Clutch Claw, although different from how it functions in Wilds, will massively change how you fight your monsters moving forward, such as latching onto them to tenderize parts, which is kind of like World's version of the wound system from Wilds. You can also latch onto monsters, and with different heavy slinger ammos that you'll find just out in the world, you can literally fling monsters into walls for massive damage takedowns. Now, although World doesn't have crossplay like Wilds, you can still play with the players on the platform you are playing on for up to 4-player hunting parties. And you can either join in on a random session or create your own and then share the code so friends and randoms can join in too. I have so many good things to say about Monster Hunter World, and I would love to cover it more in guides and other videos like this. So if you'd like to see more, please let me know in the comments down below. To all the PC hunters out there, I do run a stream series here on YouTube called Monster Hunter Monday, where every single Monday starting at 1:30 p.m. Pacific, we play Monster Hunter World with complete and total open lobbies, and there are no requirements on your HR or your MR. We are doing this up until the release of Wilds, and if I did the math correctly, that means that we have 15 more Monster Hunter World Mondays. But still, in the meantime, if there are any hunters out there looking to queue up some hunts and meet new friends, come join us. I hope I was able to teach you some cool stuff about Monster Hunter World, and maybe even encourage you to check it out or return to it while we all wait for Wilds. Your time is incredibly valuable, so I immensely appreciate you for spending some of it watching and listening to me explain some of the many things World has to offer. That's all for this one, but of course I will be covering World and Wilds a lot more, and I will catch you in the next one. Have an awesome rest of your day, Hunter.